for that. So without any ado, I'm going to introduce Tony Mollett to come up and give the administrator's report to give you some background on what we've done over the past 6 months or so and bring you up to date on some of the ongoing activities. Welcome, Tony.
Thanks, Ron. For those of you on the phone, those of you in the audience, we will or are taping this meeting. After the meeting is finished, we will have the audio recording along with any of the PowerPoint presentations that are presented today up on the NASTF website. It's been an interesting year for NASTF. Let me get rid of my slideshow thing here. Some of you may be aware, others may be not, that we have a new NASTF administrator. Mary Hutchinson, many of you are familiar with Mary, has decided to leave the company. And for the interim, I, myself, and another individual at ASE named Denise Yingling are continuing the administration of the website. The administration continues of the organization, actually, and the website. The management of the NASTF organization continues seamlessly, but there are some changes afoot. The most significant being we're looking for an executive director. The board has made the decision that NASTF will move in a different direction administratively, and we are actively seeking candidates for the position of executive director for the NASTF organization. Anyone who may be interested, or if you know someone who's interested, we will be posting the job description, and we will be happy to email that to anyone who requests a copy of it. You can send an email to the NASTF administrator, and I'll make sure that you get the job description. As far as what's been going on, the secure data release model has been kicked up a notch as far as the policing action goes. We have uncovered a number of discrepancies with some of the LSID holders, and as a result, 4 have been suspended for failure to file the proper D1 documents. That process happened over the last 3 or 4 months. There was an investigation of one particular incident over the summertime, and we continue to monitor this use of the LSID and of the SDRM very, very closely to make sure that there aren't any holes in our security system and that the individuals who are using this system are doing so within the rules and restrictions that are required of the SDRM. We've had some updates to our website. We've been updating the information matrices as they've been received from the manufacturers. The most recent ones that we updated were with Bentley and Subaru. Any manufacturers listening to this broadcast or in the room, we would like you to review your matrix information on the NASTF website at nastf.org, and please send any changes or updates to the NASTF administrator. We will see that those changes are made to the website quickly. Those of you who don't know, we have a Facebook page. There is a link to like us on the NASTF website, and the Facebook page right now is a work in progress, but we will be using it more and more as an information device and to help explain what NASTF is and how it works to as many individuals as possible. We still struggle as an organization with a low degree of recognition by the general industry of NASTF's existence and what it can provide in the way of value in fighting the service information, and we are still working on ways to market the organization, to communicate with the industry about the value that NASTF can and does provide. We will continue that. There is a redesign in progress for the NASTF website. We will be working on this throughout 2012. There is no rush to change what we have, but we are looking at several improvements, hopefully with some of the communications tools that are available, and we'll keep you posted as changes occur. For now, just monitor the NASTF website to see those changes. Does anybody have any questions for anything I've just said before I move into the SIR report? Okay. The SIR committee chairman wasn't able to make the meeting today, so he asked me to deliver the report. Right now, the service information requests are running about 5 to 9 per month. Some months it's only 3, other months it's about 12, but the average is somewhere between 5 and 9 per month. The top reason that we receive an information request has to do with reprogramming. Secondarily to that is a request for scan tool or diagnostic tool information. Typical response time to forward an SIR request to the OEM is within 48 hours. It's usually less than that. In most cases, Denise is very good about forwarding these things along the same day we receive them, as long as they're between 9 and 5 Eastern Standard Time. The OEM response time to the request varies. With that in mind, we started looking back at some of the SIR requests we've gotten over the year for 2011. And because of that, there were several unresolved that we investigated. Of the ones that we investigated, we picked 10. Those were all of the open SIRs that we had from January to date in 2011. All but 2 have now been closed. The 2 that are still open are waiting for reprogramming solutions from Hyundai, and they were kept open at the manufacturer's request. One of them actually is from February, so some of them are quite old, but they're still working on a reprogramming solution and asked us to keep that one open. The most common reason SIRs do stay open, by the way, has nothing to do with whether or not the information was resolved. It was a simple procedural matter that the OEM in question did not inform the NASTF administrator that the problem had been resolved. So we will be watching that more closely. There are a couple of issues with some of the SIR requests that don't have any responses or don't have any solutions to them, largely because they're outside the purview of what NASTF was created to do. One example is a seat squeak, that information request that came in. Of course, we don't have anything to do with that or any sort of mechanical repair, if you will, type of information that is commonly available out in the aftermarket for information providers. We also had a couple of requests, now we're getting them from consumers, asking for actual repair procedure information, which, of course, again, is beyond the purview of NASTF. What has become more noticeable is there were 3 responses that were closed because of no resolution available, basically from the manufacturer. These are mostly from Mercedes-Benz, and they have to do with the theft-related parts issue. We are getting more requests for things like valve bodies, which Mercedes does not typically sell to the aftermarket because they are part of their theft-related parts system. The SDRM has been proposed as a one solution to this problem, and NASTF is currently engaged with the manufacturer trying to find a way to perhaps adapt the SDRM to allow for the purchase of theft-related parts, specifically from Mercedes. I believe there is a pilot program with one part in progress right now. It does not involve the valve body that everybody seems to want to have, unfortunately, but again, we are working forward with that, and we'll give you a solution as soon as we find one. But for now, those are 3 manufacturer information requests that were closed simply because there is no information available. When we contacted each OEM, we received explanations as to why these remained open, ranging from basically it got lost in the system to it was closed, but we forgot to notify you. Only one manufacturer has not responded to information requests nor to the follow-up inquiry, and we are going to follow up with that manufacturer to find out why it was not one of the major manufacturers. The information matrix, as I mentioned, for Subaru and Bentley has been updated, and we continue to monitor the SIR response time to make sure that we are keeping these things on a timely basis. And again, we are closing older requests as quickly as we possibly can. It has been suggested that we perhaps want to engage the SIC committee more to help us with some of these unresolved questions. We will be exploring that. And again, as we move forward, we are always open to suggestion. Which brings up the next slide. Please refer any additional suggestions to NASTF directly to via the contact page at nastf.org. And one important thing, please check your NASTF account. This is the account you created when you signed up to receive the NASTF newsletter and any information broadcasts. If you open that account and scroll down, there are a series of check boxes that you have to indicate what type of information you want to receive. Very shortly, we're going to be transitioning over to where we'll only be sending out specific committee information, meeting times, call-in numbers, that sort of thing, to the committee members who indicated they want to receive that. In the past, we have sent out basically all conference call notices to the entire general list, and we've gotten several requests from individuals that they do not want to receive information they are not interested in. So in light of canned spam and other restrictions, we are going to be changing the way we do things. So again, please check your NASTF account and make sure you indicate which committee information you would like to receive. If you do, again, you will get tailored information on conference calls, any meetings. Obviously, the general meeting and the VSC meeting that happens at the general meeting will be posted on the NASTF webpage, on the homepage, as it is for this meeting today. But specific conference calls throughout the year are not typically posted on the website. And again, we rely directly on the iContact system to communicate with you. So please make sure that your account reflects what type of information you would like to receive. Can't thank all of our volunteers enough for their outstanding help and support they give the organization. We absolutely could not do it without them. They deserve a huge debt of gratitude for all the time and dedication that has been exhibited over the years. It continues, and frankly, we're very proud of our volunteers, and we can't thank them enough. With that, Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report. Are there any questions that I can answer at this point in time?